Hey everybody, it's Viren. Okay, so anyway, I wanted to say my stuff about Eugene Comics, which is my webcomic that I started working on off and on. I don't remember when I first started working on it. Uh, but anyway, I wrote a kind of script, so I might as well stick to it. Right, anyway, so his name is Eugene Smith, and he's a psychologist. Uh, he's a big giant nerd, which you usually don't see in a psychologist, but he is. Anyway, uh, what he does with his powers is now because he's a psychologist, and a nerd, he looks at other heroes and goes, okay, well, there are other people like say the Punisher or other people that once somebody breaks the law, but they're able to get away from it, or they're bad enough or dangerous enough that normal police can't deal with it or whatever, they step in. Well, that's not what Eugene needs to do. He goes, okay, well, there's some people that are just such horrific assholes that know they're not breaking any laws, but they're making life worse for everyone, which leads people into wanting to break laws or do bad stuff to other people to begin with. So when somebody is so unbelievably stupid that he just doesn't consider them worthy of being alive anymore, he does remember he helps people. That's his job. But yeah, anyway, so he tries to be able to teach these assholes or idiots the proper way to think, or at least give a suggestion, or you maybe shouldn't be doing this. Once the person shows that they're absolutely incapable of learning at all, and just unrepentant in their behavior, he uses superpowers. Well, you'll see it as a superpower, although it might not necessarily be one. His ability is he is able to once per day. In the comic, it starts out once per day. I go to two. Well, he goes to two. Anyway, as long as there is a still image of a power being used from a cartoon, movie, comic, TV show, commercial, whatever, he is able to copy that ability and use it one time, and then it's gone. Now, most heroes, get their powers from mutant abilities or alien powers or radiation or weird poisons or things. Not Eugene. Eugene was always a superhero. I want to play on the trope of the power was in you all along, but twist it and make it horrific in a bad way. Anyway, so he was, not safe for work moment. Giving you a minute. Okay, good. You muted me or turned the video off by now, unless you want to hear it. So he was having BDSM sex with his girlfriend, who is both a monkey and a harpy, literally, both literally, and he was wearing a leash. Yes, I put this in the comic. Don't worry, you're gonna see it. So yeah, and he was being led around the apartment, being told by means of monkey noises to lick things. So he did, and that's how he learned he had powers. Is he licked a still image of somebody using powers, and he got the same powers. So yeah, the history of the comic. The first episode was just something I did as homework in art class when I was in college for animation. And I just decided, you know what, I'll just make a really messed up, weird comic. And so that was the homework. All that mattered is we filled the pages. So I did. Episodes after that, I didn't really work on it for a few years until I moved and was in a homeless shelter. and I actually had the original comic on me, and I showed it to somebody. Uh, oh wait, no, sorry, I didn't have it on me. I had it online, and I showed somebody the link, and they liked it. So then I got some paper from a disability advocate uh, who gave me some paper and pencils, and so I started drawing the next episodes. And as different people in the homeless shelter liked what I was doing, they started giving me pens, crayons, other pieces of paper, just different stuff to be able to make more and better art of, more and better colors. And so that's how I was able to get so many episodes done. Um, with the art direction that I want to go towards, while I was there at the shelter, someone asked me, "Hey, is this really happening, or is Eugene just delusional?" And I thought, well, because I was getting all the different new colors and such, I thought, hey, if I was able, then different things that are magically enchanted by Eugene using his powers would be in color, and things that weren't would just stay black and white. But as I thought about it and did more, and finally got an apartment and a computer and all that stuff, I thought, I need to find somebody that's an actual decent artist, and that's why I'm saying this on Patreon. If you guys actually want to read this and want me to continue the comic, then I need an artist to be able to redraw everything, because I'm awful, and to be able to continue the story. Anyway, so what I want to do is there would be two different art styles, but I'm not skilled enough to be able to do both. If I was, then I would. One would be realistic, and like the art specifically, say like the lines and shading would be a realistic, but the colors would not be, and that would be the enchanted stuff. And then there would be cartoony lines and no shading and no color as not being realistic. So, I mean, as the real stuff, I think. I'd have to look up my notes. It might be cartoon lines and color and realistic black and white, I think is what is the second thing I said. That's what I came up with finally. The reason why is because I wanted to make sure that a specific conversation would happen in the threads. Is I wanted you players and readers to look at it and go, oh, well, is this really happening? Is he just delusional? And I wanted the art style to support both statements equally. But yeah, that's my plans with the comic so far. Get it rewritten, redrawn, but actually worth watching and reading. I said watching, I don't know why. Reading, because it takes way more money for animation, so we're not going to bother. Unless there's a huge amount, and I don't think I can. Yeah, but yeah, anyway, so if you like the idea of Eugene, then please support, my Patreon, and hopefully I'll be able to get enough of you guys that I can actually pay an artist to be able to do some of this. I've already got a site. Go ahead and look below this. There's a link in the description, so you can go ahead and read it originally. That's my original work, uploaded with my scanner. So some of the artwork is bad and old, and so is the paper. Not just because I'm a terrible artist, but like I said, I was living in a homeless shelter, so it's not like I could, keep good quality materials stored or any of that. Anyway, so, see ya.